Hey guys, I'm SKV and you're watching SKV Plays On, and welcome to another video of Dauntless. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you like it a bit more, please do subscribe to my channel. Without further ado, let me get straight to the point. This video is mainly about a low life build that I have, which can be used for high level behemoths as well. Pretty much I'm using this low life build right now. This is what I'm using. I'm calling it a low life build because it's easy to get the armor parts at the very beginning of the game from Boreas, because there is a lesser Boreas that players can take down and craft the parts of this particular Boreas and make an armor set out of it. So yeah, but right now this is the build I'm using. I've put the link in the description for you to check it out. I am using Inferno's Flame and the Adamant Bolt, Cyclonic Strike Plate, and of course all the +3 cells you can see. You can already see the outcome of this. I have Conduit, Discipline, Iceborne, Overpowered, Rage, all at +6, except for Berserker and Conditioning. And it doesn't matter if I don't have Berserker at +6, because +6 would mean I would lose 300 health points on my health bar. I don't need that. 150 health I can lose, so I'm going for +3. And I went for this build because I wanted my conditioning, and it was possible with this full set of Boreas, and it's really working out great with the Inferno Flames because of the slots that I have for it, and it does a lot of damage. If you don't believe me, I'll put the link in the description for my stream also, or maybe I'll put it at the end of this video. You can check out my yesterday's stream where I did some crazy amount of damage with the Aether strikers. And right now I want to show for the new players that you can use a similar type of armor set, and instead of Discipline you can always switch it out for Nasher Arm, which gives you Rage Hunter. And I'm don't worry about the cells on the right side. I might be using +2 cells right now, but for you guys I would suggest try to rank up the Behemoth armor parts that you see. As a new player, I'm saying, as a new player, rank up your armor parts all the way up to +5 or +6, which will then convert the default ability it has from +1 to +2. If you can get this to +2, then you can use a +2 cell. And I suggest for you to aim for +4, minimum +4 on the skills. It doesn't matter if you can get +6 or +5 somehow, but I would suggest please try to get a +4 at least for all these skills. Here you can see Iceborne I have. +4 is when the secondary abilities like Lifesteal starts working for Iceborne. And then there's Rage Hunter here. We have some other particular cells which do 2 particular abilities. Weighted Strikes, for example, check it out. Up until +1 to +3 it's only stagger damage, but as soon as it comes to +4 you have an extra stat which tells you after dodging through an attack you get +200 stagger damage rather than +10 and +15. That's the secondary perk that you get. So having +4 total on the right side of each of the ability will help new players to get that extra bonus skill also from those cells. Also, along with this, since this is a Terra striker, for new players this is really good, because once you keep activating the first ability, which is the Tempest form, you keep doing a lot of elemental damage by using the Tempest form over and over again. The more amount of hits you do with the elemental damage, when the strikers are imbued with the elemental, the Terra elemental, you have a really high chance of creating elemental proc on the Behemoth, which will start giving you health orbs when you strike these particular parts which are affected by the Terra elemental on the Behemoth. So this way you can get healing also. And of course I'm using on my helmet, I'm using Stunning Vigor. which is another type of healing cell which gives me health back whenever I stagger the behemoth. And strikers are known for staggering behemoths pretty easily when you concentrate the hits on the head. I'll show you right away. I'm gonna be showing this on a particular shock elemental type, which is a Drask. You guys will find it easier, and you'll see how much of a good weapon build this is right now for new players especially. Pretty much you guys can check out the stream, yesterday's stream that I did. I'll put it at the end of this video, because you can see that I used this particular build even for my trial run at the end of the stream. I was helping out one of our subscribers too, so during the stream, and it was my first time using the Aether strikers, and we did a decent amount of damage with this build even in the trials. This is mainly for new players that I'm showing this off, so that you guys can understand that having it up to +4 minimum is a thing to aim for new players. If you can get it up to +3 also is good, but +4 would be great if you can get it up to a +4, any of these skills. Right now I'm just compensating with Predator, because as a new player you may not have Berserker, and instead of Discipline as a new player I'll have Rage Hunter, so Rage Hunter would be my go-to. And since I'm going up against this thing, Rage Hunter will help once this behemoth goes into a rage mode. And you'll see why I chose these strikers. It's not because it's the opposite elemental or the stronger against a shock type behemoth. It's mainly because of the shield ability that it kinda gives you. You can keep stacking up on the shields, and also since it's a Terra weapon, you have a chance of getting a lot of health orbs that will heal you, which I'll show you too. But hopefully I don't kinda take out the behemoth too quickly, because I need to show you. I'll probably get a bit of damage on myself so that I get my health down to 50%. Then I can show you how the weapon kinda completely. And of course, like I said, make sure to kinda hit the head of the, wow, how did he miss me? Head of the behemoth. The more you use heavy attacks on the head, it does more damage and stagger damage. You can see just 3 or 4 hits and already a stagger. And activate your first one. See the elemental on the weapon? Activate the second one. And you can see how the shield builds up as I keep hitting the behemoth. It acts as a second layer of health for me and kinda there we go. After it's staggered, boom, look at that 2,000 damage. And activate the first one as much as possible, because it's gonna give you health. Those orbs I'm talking about. Okay, it's going into rage mode, which means my Rage Hunter is going to be active now. See that? Health orbs. Okay, check this out. See that? Health orbs chasing after you. That's when you have more elementals on your weapon. It kinda gives you a chance. The more you hit with the elemental, you get more chances. And you can see the Aether shields. It's gonna be there only for a few seconds, and you can see the timer running out, and then it's gone. Boom, gone. Simple but really effective for new players. Really helps out in defense, and also helps out with a whole lot of healing because of the Terra elemental weapon. I activated my first now. Now activating the second so that it does DPS on the Behemoth. Now to stagger it, see, hitting the head just a few times staggers it already. Using the first and second mantras would be something that I would suggest for new players as a... Check that out. Unkillable me. Pretty cool, right? It is a pretty decent build even for new players, and you can get it done. Look at the time. I didn't even use potions. It's pretty good. You guys as new players might take around at least 5 to 6 minutes for sure. But yeah, like I said, it is going to depend on the cells that you're using, and having a minimum +4 would be great. And right now I'm gonna switch to my current build, which is the completely maxed out version of what I was suggesting for new players, and is going to have a different Aether striker, which is the Hellions. I'll put the link for both of them in the description. Terra weapons pretty much give you those orbs which you saw that was chasing me around. That has a chance only when you're using the elemental effect on your weapon, which means your special should be activated every now and then for Terra weapons, and you should attack as many times as possible. So I would suggest using the first particular mantra and activating it. It's pretty easy. You do 1, 2, 3 or 1 and then heavy attacks 2. These two combos you do it and the first one gets activated, then activate it using the Q button or your special button. Then do the same thing again, activate the first one and then activate the second one. Use the second one on the Behemoth so that the DPS starts working. As a new player, you should kinda get used to the Aether strikers pretty quickly, I'm sure of it. And then once you start getting used to the first and second mantras a lot, keep using it over and over again on that particular Behemoth and you'll probably do a lot of damage. Now going to this one, right now I'm gonna be using this particular build and show you what this thing is capable of. And this is a blaze particular weapon, so I'm gonna be using this against a ice type, which is the proper thing to do. We're gonna go up against... I will go up against the topmost heroic one is the one we'll choose. The heroic Winterhorn Scrave. Viking Grandpa, I call it. But yeah, this is a build that I currently am using and I'm really liking it. And I kinda modify it when it comes to Umbral Behemoths. I kinda use Razakiri weapons. And instead of having overpowered, I pretty much end up having +6 cunning and +6 discipline because of the changes of slots on the top. And again, I'm telling you, using heavy attacks on the head is going to do a lot more faster stagger damage without potions, because Aether Striker's heavy hits are really concentrating that stagger damage on it. But problem is, you lose a lot of stamina while doing this. Stamina is consumed like crazy fast. That's the reason why I'm using conditioning +3, so that I don't have to worry about my stamina, because I just have to stand for 2 seconds and it will replenish pretty quickly. Here we go. Pretty sure he's towards the left side. Yep, left side. I see the Aether vent there. I see the Behemoth moving. Let's go. There's no one in the party, but I'm just using a flare right now. Okay, here we go. I'm not using any potions. You can see on the right side the number is not gonna change, the potions number. Maybe the health potions might if I get killed. Use the heavy attack. See the number, see the damage numbers. heavy attacks so that, check that out. The more heavy attacks I do, I stagger it. Look at the number. Overpowered kinda helps me with that extra damage. Look at that, 4,000 damage. Done. See what I mean? And this one was a heroic winter horn on top of that. I mean, of course, the weapon is a fire type, which is more stronger against its opposite type, which is ice. But look at the time, not even 2 minutes. And usually people say that the timer should start when you hit the behemoth. So what was the time? You guys can kind of make out or figure it out. But yeah, this particular video and the gameplay mainly for new players and also veterans to be able to use this particular build. I'll put the links in the description. Hopefully you like this build and you try it out. Of course, you can change out the particular Aether strikers depending on what you want against a particular elemental type, but I would say that this build is pretty good for everything except for fire type behemoths, and this one also is good for everything except for radiant type behemoths. So yeah, you can use both of these two. They're pretty much the same, but uses Rezakiri on one and the Inferno's Flame, the Hellion strikers on the other. But for new players, the Skarn is the strikers that I would suggest, mainly because of the healing that it can provide you for continuously using the first mantra of the strikers. And also Skarn has that shield stack up that you can get on your health bar, pretty much. Anyways, that's about it, and I hope you enjoyed this gameplay video. I know it's a bit lengthy, but I just wanted to convey the message to new players also. And if you kind of think that it was helpful as a new player, please do share it. And if veterans like the build, please do give this video a thumbs up, and again, share it with anyone you think it might help. That would be great. And until next time, I'll see you guys, and as always, keep smiling, and sayonara, atata, aseo, and bye bye. I'm done for this video. Ciao.